Now, the new school year started last week in Afghanistan, but for the second year running, a Taliban ban is keeping teenage girls out of school. So what are the options for Afghans who want to keep on studying, even if their classes are shut? Well, Shazia Haya reports on one new solution being offered by the BBC World Service.
Across Afghanistan, girls' classrooms sit empty. They have told the BBC how it feels.
I find it so painful that they are not allowing us to our schools. This decision is against Islam.
For the past 2 years, every morning I go to the rooftop of our home to watch the primary school girls going to school. I stay there until midday when they finish, and I cry. I miss learning new things.
The BBC made lessons for their children to access remotely during the coronavirus lockdown in the UK. We thought they might be useful in somewhere else. This is where the journalists and producers of BBC's Afghan service are coming together to work on a very different task from what we normally do, working on an educational program for young Afghans.
This is Dars, meaning listen, in Dari and Pashto, the two most widely spoken languages in Afghanistan. The show will help people learn English, maths and science, as well as have a bit of fun.
Where's Afghanistan?
Okay, so
yeah.
For the presenters, who are all journalists from Afghanistan, this is a very personal project.
My father was a teacher and he was killed in a suicide bomb attack 16 years ago. At that time, I felt that I want to be a teacher because my father was a teacher. But I became a journalist. But now, by presenting this program, I think that I have become a teacher and fulfilled my dream and also my father's dream.
In Afghanistan, for those unable to go to school, classes will now come to them at home. Shazia Haya, BBC News.
Well, Shazia is with me in the studio, and we're also joined by Marian Aman, a producer on the series. Welcome to you both. Congratulations, first of all. This is a hugely valuable project, but also it must have been a bit of a kind of helter-skelter ride, because you haven't had very long to do this.
No, actually, so I think it has been 8 weeks that we have been working on this project, and yesterday we have recorded our first episode, and today we launched that.
It's been a pleasure and it's been a wonderful ride of 8 weeks. Relentless amount of work has gone into it, and yeah, we are extremely happy to be at the stage that we are in.
Mariam, you left Afghanistan, 20 odd years ago now, at a time when the prospect of education was disappearing for girls, and obviously in recent years we've had that opportunity to briefly open up again. What did it mean to you to have the educational opportunities away from Afghanistan, and how frustrating was it when you thought of your wider family still back home?
So the cycle of this problem in Afghanistan, currently we are talking about more recent 2 years, but to be honest, this has been going on for over 2 generations now. And while Shazia is quite young and she is from the post-Taliban era, I'm from the generation that the first run of Taliban in power was there, and I just turned a teenager when the Taliban had their first running. I fled, my family fled, and here I am living a good life, having all the privileges that I have here, but my cousins couldn't. So a teenage cousin of mine got married then, in
20
late,
plus years ago,
in late 90s. Now she has the daughters of this age that she used to be at that when the first round of Taliban came. So this cycle of misery and lost hope and lost dreams continues.
So in a sense, you're hoping to break the cycle, because presumably it's not just...
I hope so.
I mean, Shazia, just thinking back home, you know, a lot of our focus internationally is on Kabul because that's where a lot of people were based and people saw a lot of Kabul. But Afghanistan is an enormous country, a lot of rural areas. Are you hoping that you'll be able to reach maybe even some of the children who would never have had the opportunity to go to school, whether because their family don't have the money or because there is no school?
Like I'm from Paktia province, so my cousins back in Paktia, now they are not allowed to go to school, but I know that they are thirsty. They are really desperate to get some education, and through that, through our program, at least they can watch, they can listen to this program, they can get some education through our BBC social media platforms, through the TV, through our satellite channel, and I'm sure. I think this program only will not reach to audience in Kabul, in big cities, but even in rural Afghanistan as well, in small cities and villages as well, because we will broadcast this program not only on a satellite channel, on our social media platforms, on radio as well. So we have some good audience on radio as well. So we are really happy for that.
Radio, both Dari and Pashto radio. That BBC broadcast for that country has magnificent wide reach in that country. We hope through radio we reach to the most remote part of the country, and by satellite and by Persian TV and social media we want to reach most cities and other places.
The big focus has been on girls in particular, but for both of you, I understand that must feel very personal. What about the kind of lost opportunity for the country and the fact that the educational opportunities are limited? They're limited by poverty and employment opportunities, the location of places. They're also limited by choices that leaders make. How frustrating is that? And do you think it's something that it is possible with an initiative like that you can slowly start to change some of these attitudes that maybe see education as something that is not for girls?
Well, we hope this is the first small, but really, really with I don't know, with a really good intention and with.
And it's obviously aimed at all children, girls and boys.
With a lot of love that this program is being made. It's purely academic program. It's been done through Bite Size. All the material that Bite Size put out during pandemic.
That's a big education initiative for the UK.
Yes, we have picked that up. We have put together a really purely academic program where we aim to reach a lot of all these children of Afghanistan who are for some reason banned from formal education. But in terms of the whole of the country. As I said, when I was in Afghanistan as a teenager, we didn't have climate change as a big force as it is right now. Right now we have poverty, climate change, and a new political order which is not at best ideal, if I put it mildly, ideal. But there are things that are out of our control, but there are things that we as a journalist at the BBC, as people who were born in that country, we can do, and this is one of them. And we hope that there are other forces as well doing similar things, that we could bring a small but significant and meaningful change.
Shazia, can I ask you one quick last question? How have your family reacted to this?
Well, my mother just sent me a message, and she just watched the program, and she was really happy, and she told me that I was looking great. I mean, she's
what mums are for.
Yeah, you're looking so pretty. She was so happy, and I'm sure she's feeling proud to have me, and I'm feeling proud to be a part of this program.
Yes, definitely.
Well, good luck with it, Shazia Haya and Mariam Ahmad.